from the competition. First of all, when that goal went in inside 10 seconds to the end of regulation time, what was the feeling like?
Well, for all the games, I decided as a big football fan to have public viewings for a small group of selected guests. I did it against Wales. I was slightly disappointed with the draw, but we had a good time. I was excited for the game against Italy. I was devastated. I was so disappointed. I kept believing in the team. We organized an event for the match against Turkey, a 3-1 victory, but we were not sure whether we would still make it to the next round. And then with little expectations, I decided let's do something again for France. And the moment our team scored, you can see videos in social media. Hell broke out, and we were all so happy.
So that result, that very result, what does it mean to you specifically and the Swiss community?
I can only speak for myself. I played football in my previous years, in all my postings abroad. I also played for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs back in Bern. And Swiss people, maybe we are not known as maybe to be the most passionate football lovers, but I can assure you after the victory against France, people were going out with their cars, having a convoy, having a party, despite bad weather. It was raining on that evening, and it tells you a lot about the fascination football can play. And I think it's also nice for the social coherence of any country. We have a team with a lot of players with a foreign background, and it's so nice to see also Switzerland, one team. We have 4 different languages, different cultures, religion, but we are all united behind our Swiss national team.
That win over France, does it sort of giving yourself some belief that this team has got the potential of making all the way to the final?
I wouldn't go that far, and as I was quite critical with our team after the loss against Italy, not that they lost, but how they lost the game. I would also say a lot of media in Switzerland, a lot of friends shared the same level of disappointment. I would not now go to the opposite and to the extreme and tell you now we're going to make it to the final. I remain modest, definitely.
Are you being cautiously optimistic about the possibility of doing it? You're coming up against the 2012 champions in Spain this afternoon.
The essence, I think, of that team we have is the team spirit. This made clearly the difference. Probably France have the much better individual players, but this fighting spirit, also maybe a bit this pressure to do good after the disappointment our team provided to some of our citizens was prevailing, and then you need luck. But what also made me proud about that game is not so much that they made it to the 3-3 draw, but the Swiss teams in the past were never successful with penalties. And this time we overcame our curse of penalties, and with our goalkeeper and the other players, yes, they were really amazing. And that was the fact which maybe gave me the most joyful moment of that game.
What would you describe as successful for this current team?
Oh, they are the most successful team since the mid-50s of the last century. For more than 60 years, Switzerland never made it to a quarterfinal for any big tournament. I think the last 20 years we participated always at World Cups, at championships, European championships, but always we ended at that level. 16, so whatever happens this afternoon, I think we can be proud about that team, which again is the most successful one in decades.
Any standout player that you have seen in that team?
Well, I would not like to point out to some, but you know them. Some of them, or many of them, also play in the big leagues, mainly in Germany, in the UK.
You're talking about Gabrielowicz, you're talking about Sorovic, so many players.
Exactly. Yeah.
But no one has stood out for you? Or you don't want to point out to that specific person?
No, I like them all. Yeah.
Okay. So, what message do you have for the Swiss national team today?
The message?
Yes.
Win, be brave, fight, yeah, and don't disappoint us.
Okay. On that note of not disappointing the Swiss people, it's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you.
Just go out there, win, fight, give your all for the Swiss people. Continue to defy the odds and make everyone excited. It's been a pleasure coming your way with this special conversation with the Swiss ambassador to Ghana, Philipp Stalder, and I appreciate the time you've made out to join us. Thanks very much. Continue to enjoy the rest of our programs.